Hello, and welcome back for another Swatch Switch Challenge video today. It's been a minute since we've done one of these. If you're new here, I really like to play with colors and do some different color combinations. So I like doing this challenge where I plop down a build and then I just go in. I can't change the objects. I can't move objects around. I literally just change the color swatches of everything to start with something that the original builder had and then completely transform the mood or the vibe of it into something completely different based on the color swatches that we have for the items. So for today's challenge, we're going to be looking at this fairy micro house, and it's done by Little Wormy. This is a really cute little house. It's in Innisgreen on that tree lot that we have, and this is what it looks like from a distance, so you can see how cute and cozy. It's very warm. So the initial thought I have is I wonder if we can really cool it up a little bit, like warm and cool temperature, not like cool, you know? I really just showed my age. I'm just thinking we can go with like purples, blues, maybe some light greens, just something that's a little bit different. So let's see what we can do. I might just go ahead and start with the outside. There's a lot of stuff out here. So I'm definitely going to end up missing something. So maybe with the blue colors, it would be fun to do that. Now, I'm not going to necessarily change these. These are debug. We do get blue. I can't change objects. So we're going to have to stick with these. So it's going to be an interesting combination of things that I'm going to be able to do because I pretty much have to leave all of this. I could go a little bit more cool tone with the gnome, but definitely going to be interesting. I can't go as cold as I was wanting to do, but I do think it would be fun to change up all the little shelves. So we have like all these little shelf mushroom pieces all around. So I think we're going to have to rely on that somewhat. A lot of debug was used in here, so I'm going to have to be a little careful to not miss something that I actually can change the color of. But you can already tell like how just changing color swatches of things really changes the vibe of it all. Maybe it would be fun to use the purple with this reddish color simply because we do have this red mushroom that we're going to have to keep outside, the orange color. I guess it's more orange than red, but you know what I'm saying. So while it might look weird on the surface, it does match the colors of these pretty well. And I can maybe tie in more of the blue up here with some of that. And then I'm going to use the purple and red color swatch on the one over here. So we did more of the blue over there, but I'm still just trying to tie in the colors a little bit better. Then we can change some of these plants up too. And maybe we do this swatch because it kind of keeps a nod to the brown, but does lighten it up a little bit. I like the idea of doing the blue tone, but it honestly doesn't match these, and I can't change the color of those, so I might leave those as well. And maybe we could bring in more of the light blue color with the fairy house. I think for the most part, this is pretty much most of the objects outside that have already changed a little bit. And then we could like go with something more like this on the table just to lighten it up outside because we had our white grill right there too. I already have purple on the other side, so let's do this one of Gandalf. Okay, so that's pretty much everything on the outside with regard to items. So now let's like focus on the house because that's more important. This was a bit cluttered on the outside, which I absolutely love, but we need to get to the actual challenge, which is more focused on the house. Now, I'm wondering if we could do something like this pink color. Okay, and then with the columns, we do get this kind of blue color, the light blue. Now, I know we have brown everywhere else, but I'm thinking for the house, we could do, like I was saying, having the purpley pink colors with the blue. I'm wondering now that I see this, maybe we could go a little bit of like a darker purple. Oh, yeah, I like that. That gives us a little bit more contrast off of the light blue color. And then with this fence, we'll kind of do the same thing and get this blue color. It's going to come together. This is one of those challenges where you kind of just have to trust the process because it takes us a minute to change everything. We're like going through and trying to not miss anything as well. And it's like we're inevitably going to miss something. It happens almost every time. Now, we could do something with the blue, like maybe on the porch, we keep it green with the blue colors a little bit. Because the purple blends in a little much, like here. So maybe it's good to have a little more greenery down here with the blue flowers. I think that's pretty. Now, unfortunately, we don't get a blue with the flooring they chose. So I'm going to go with this white color because it blends in somewhat with the light blue. It doesn't clash too badly, but I don't think I want the brown because we were changing like all of the other aspects of everything else. Now we do get the blue with this. So I think this is going to go really well. It's still going to look a little funky right now. One thing, I'm going to cheat just a little bit. I would like to put a trim, and we do have an enchanted trim, and I want to put that here just to make it look a little bit more finished. And then I might cheat again and just put a spandrel real quick. Shh, nobody has to know. Nobody has to know. It's just between us, okay? Just between us because it looks really cute. So this is what we're looking like right now. Now we do have this stilted foundation, which is really cute. I love it when people put houses over water features of some sort. We get this in a white, and then we have this staircase that we do get in a blue tone. I don't really like that though, so I think we should just kind of go white with that as well. Now we got to figure out the roof color. And I already changed these. I did these to like this green with the purple. I wanted a little bit of green at the top. I didn't want to necessarily go this way. I might though, depending on what we choose for the roofing. So it's all going to depend on this because I don't know if I want the blue roof necessarily. I'm going to put it just to see, but that's a little much. Like I'm not super fond of that. I almost want to introduce something a little bit different for the roof. We could do this. Oh, let's do this. This makes me think of like mermaid or fish scales, like rainbow fish back in the day was my favorite. But it's got like this blue, green, purple combo, which is really pretty. And then, I mean, I could do this. I don't know though. I kind of like the white actually, like if we did that. And then it's not using the exact same swatch on all of the things because I don't like doing that either. And then we still have this piece here. We can make that lighter. And then this is a half wall trim. So let's see what half wall trim we can go with. It's probably going to have to be like a white of some sort. Okay, now we just have some columns that we need to finish up. Okay, I think we're done with the outside. So this is what we're looking like out here. Really fun, cool, cutesy little vibes. See, I missed one. I missed a window. It's always bound to happen, y'all. It's always bound to happen. It never fails. I'm telling you, I'm going to miss something that's blatantly obvious to y'all, but it's just so overwhelming to see everything and so many items and trying to make sure I click on all of them. So this is what the inside looks like. You actually have this cute little living space, a little bit of like a kitchenette space. So you have a mini fridge, the oven from Dream Home Decorator, and then you have a sink, and then you have a little bathroom here, which is very functional. It is a full bath in a way. You have your sink right here that you can use out here. And then you have a little dining space right there. And then upstairs is where we have our little bedroom. So really cute vibes, I think, with how they laid this out. Now, what's funny is that the inside is actually light colored. So I'm wondering if we can get more contrast with bringing in maybe a darker color of some sort. I'm also surprised. Oh, this is CC. I was like, I could do the purple. But I'm a little surprised they used this on the inside. It is cute looking, but I would have thought that they would use something that was more from Enchanted because we have some really cool and cute wallpapers. I might do this one though because that still kind of matches the vibes we have outside. And then with this hardwood flooring, we can get the same as the porch. So we can lighten that up right there. Yeah, so I think this can be our color scheme to go with. Oh, this was perfect. Oh, we got so lucky with this. So lucky. I want to do this one because it brings in purple, which we have outside. So we'll do that. And then maybe over here, we can bring in more of the pink colors. I really like the floral with that. And I think that matches really well. This one already matches too. And then maybe we could do more of the purple right here with this table. I want to bring the purple more on the inside because that's what we have a lot of on the outside. So the pink looks really cute, but I'm still trying to do something else. And then I'm fine with the base swatch on that. We could do the fun little blue and purple plant with this one. It does have a face on it, but you can't see it. I'm not sure if this was intentional necessarily, because it looks a little funky. I almost wonder if this was hanging somewhere. Maybe they had a floor or wall they extended or a platform or something at some point and it dragged it somewhere else. Technically, I'm not allowed to move anything, so I'm just going to leave it, but we'll do that. I don't know what necessarily that's there for, but I cannot move it. And then I love the look of that. And then we have the pink here. Maybe we could do the light blue to bring in that color a little bit more. Now we do get a fun swatch like this with the blues, and that matches the door actually, which is kind of funny. And I like the rough around the edges look that's there already with that. So I don't want to change that. We'll get that to match what we have there. And then we get this light blue color. Cottage Living also comes with lots of pinks and blues and stuff. So that's kind of funny because I hadn't looked on the inside of the house yet. I normally do that, but I decided not to this time because I forgot. So I guess I didn't really decide to. I just kind of forgot to. But I like bringing the blue in a little bit more with this. And then we have the pink and blue there. Maybe we could do this kind of faint pink. I think that's more like a rose gold in the game, but I didn't want to go full on pink on the inside. We could do the counter as blue, and then we can have this maybe be a white color, and then that could be, I was going to say blue. I think we could do that. That's fine. This comes in a periwinkle, so we're going to do that at least. We can get a little bit of purple vibes in. That's cute putting the cookies on top of the scale like that. I do love that. Can bring in some of the blue on these objects a little bit. And then this glowing acorn light is super cute. We can bring him in on that. That gets us some of the blues and purples as well. And then this swatch honestly works well. I just wanted to see what the other ones are because I still don't know all these swatches off the top of my head. I really like this one with the butterfly. That's so pretty. But I do think the original swatch actually works better. And then we can change the shelves to blue here. Oh, I forgot to do the chair. I wonder how many people were yelling at me about that. So you can have that be blue as well. And then the door here will be blue. Oh, and we have this here. We do have that kind of reddish color. I'm going to put it out a little bit more. Oh, wait, no, I can't. I'm not supposed to. I've already kind of broken my rules a couple times. But that gets us this kind of red-orange color a little bit on the inside. And then this needs to change. That's almost a purpley color. It's like a periwinkle. I don't think it is. I think it's just my screen maybe. That looks like a periwinkle color. I wish we had a little more contrast off of the white flooring. So I almost don't want to do it because of that. Maybe we go with that color, just this pinkish color. So it was a bit challenging actually. I didn't get to do the colors that I wanted to really in here, but that's okay. Maybe we could do this because we get that with the mushrooms outside. So we can bring that in. It's a little bit more vibrant. Then we have our cute little like not really half bath. It is a full bath. I keep wanting to say half bath just because of the size of it. But maybe we could do the purple. Oh, that's an angry one. That's not the vibes. We don't want angry. Maybe this light green color could go in here because we have purple leaves with it. And we could do that. And then we do get a pink toilet. So we could do like the faint pink on that, and then the Cottage Living light, maybe just do like a white color with that. I love that they put the cow plant. We do get pinks with this as well as a blue. So maybe we could do like the blue color with that. It's kind of hard to see, but it is blue down there. A white shower. This for rent tile is really pretty. I love it. I just don't know if we're going to be able to get something else that will work. What if we just did this? Cut the green back a little bit. We get a light blue. It's kind of hard to tell that it's light blue. It's a very subtle change, but I'll do it. And then we do get like a pinkish color there. Okay, not too bad. That's not too bad. And then we do have these lights hanging down. I'm just gonna probably do the white color with that. So this is what that looks like. I'm gonna say this, and I will always say it. Don't forget to do your ceilings. So many simmers don't think about the ceilings. Not a criticism necessarily, and that it doesn't look good. The build is still really cute, but if you were to add this flooring, for instance, onto the ceiling, look how much more like cottagey and fun it gets when you have that like that. It makes a huge difference. So I might go ahead and do that too. I'm doing a lot of cheating in this one today. I don't know what's wrong with me. And then we have our tiny little bedroom up here, which is so cozy. I love it. So we're going to honestly, honestly, everything that's in here is kind of the right swatch already. But let's see if there are other options that we want to go with. Now, I do think I want to bring the pink up here. I can't leave this as a different color. Anytime there's a staircase or a ladder, I always have to have it match when you go from one floor to the other because it just looks very odd if you don't. And then we also need to change the ladder swatch as well. We do get this. And that kind of goes with Fernie over here. That's interesting. What if we did that? It's like a darker color, red, that kind of hints at the mushroom color we have outside. I like that. And then I don't want the stark white either though. So maybe we could do that as a happy medium and then we'll bring that color in here. We do get a blue. I don't like the, ooh, wait, that's kind of like a purpley blue. Is that like indigo-ish? It's like a faint indigo. This matches the wall too. Maybe we do that one. That's fun. It's not like blue. It's got a purple hue to it, which is what we need. We need more purple in here anyway. Yeah, I don't like that on top of that. Maybe we go with this, and then we can bring more of the purple colors in with that. Maybe do like a warm color a little bit. Okay, and then with the rug, oh my gosh. It's lots of blue tones. The floor is white, so I don't want to go with like a white color necessarily. Maybe we could do this. Hopefully we get a bed swatch that's going to tie this in some capacity. I don't know. Ooh, let's do that. We kind of get all the colors we used here. We have greens, blues, purples, and then this red because of the mushrooms. So that honestly works pretty well, I think, with tying in a lot of the colors we used around the lot. Okay, and then we have these plants over here. Maybe we could do that kind of off-white color, and then we do get a purpley color with this, and then we could do like that. What do y'all think? And then we need to change that to purple. That's cute. I'm still like catching things outside that I've missed. There are just too many things. Honestly, the outside was definitely way more involved than the inside. I thought the inside would be a little bit bigger, but I guess with how this was, I was for some reason thinking there might be a room here. But I think this is really cute, though. I like the layout a lot on this. Oh, look, I missed one there, too. If I missed something, don't tell me. Please just don't tell me. I'll go back 2 months from now, and I will re-upload it to the gallery. Just don't tell me. I don't want to know. I know these stick out, but I can't change these. These are debug. They're also from Island Living, I think, if I remember correctly. I love using those around my columns. This one works really well up here. Okay, I might cheat. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little teeny weeny wincy tinsy wincy little bit. I really like these. So they have this lantern tree here. Super cute. Love it. But we also have these lantern trees. So it's not the exact same item. They're both in debug. But I kind of like the vibe of this. And then we also get it in purple. So I actually think I like the pink better over here. And then maybe we put the purple back there. Because the purple's a bit dark. And I like it better in the back than up front, I think. Yeah, for some reason, I think I want this to be purple. But I don't want them to be the same. They use the same lantern tree. I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm changing the tree. No one has to know. Nobody has to know. You know what? I actually don't know if I like this being purple. It's just so dark looking. I might do both of them as pink. And then you still kind of, it looks like it's a different color altogether anyway. Okay, so if one final pan around, you can kind of see what we're dealing with here. I think this is really cute. I love the vibe of it. We really transformed it, I think. It's pretty different color-wise from what we had before. But definitely got a lot brighter in here. Very pastel kind of colors. I'm not a fan of the bathroom. The bathroom was hard based on the objects that were used. And again, it's not like this person knows that I'm going to be using their build for this purpose. So I'm not at all criticizing the original builder. This is a really, really cute house. I absolutely love the exterior of it too. Like very, very nice on the details here. I love the way this looks so much. Really talented. And then this is our like little bedroom space up here. So I'm just going to put Fairy Micro House Cool. Y'all know what I mean by that. Okay, so this is up on the gallery now. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really love doing these challenges because I think you learn a lot more about the different swatches that items have. It forces you to have to combine different colors or try some different combinations of things, generally speaking, in different styles that you normally wouldn't use. So I just think it's a really fun challenge where you don't have to necessarily overthink too much or think too much about like how things are going to match or like what objects you're going to use and how to get the style to match, because you have to use what's there. You don't get to like really, you don't have to worry about changing anything that's already on the lot. It's literally just going through changing the swatches of things. So I highly encourage you to do this if you want to get better with your design skills and like putting colors together and working with some color harmony. So highly recommend that. I have a whole series on color theory. I haven't posted something on it in a while, but I do have a good starting point for you all if you're interested in that and want to improve your builds. I'll link that down below for you. And then if you want to check out my last Swatch Switch challenge, I'll put that over here for you. And with that, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one, okay? Bye. Y'all, I really do like the color swatches from Enchanted by Nature, and you can just combine a lot of different swatches together from this pack too, and it looks great.